Yo guys, welcome to another Battlecast. This time I'm going to play Norsca and we're going to face up against the Empire. And let me show you something over here. I made a sheet with all matchups long ago. This is just my opinion, but you can see of course here the Dark Elves, everything green, positive matchups, best race in the game of course. You can see Empire meanwhile is tier 3 race. Nothing special anymore, but but still against Norsca the performance of the Empire is superior, so you can really say Empire is a counter faction for Norsca because they have so much tools, halberdiers, spearmen, handgunners and all that stuff to kill all these large entities, and also with the infantry it works quite well against Norsca, so it's not that easy. So let's come to my army composition, and here you can see no large entities. Of course this is very important if you face up against the Empire with Norsca, so I rather brought a heavy infantry build. I have Marauder Spearmen on each side to protect my flanks. I have cheap stuff in the middle, Marauders, and these guys are the Icehorn Marauders, this Regiment of Renown unit, and then probably the best infantry unit of Norsca, the Marauder Berserkers. These guys perform of course superior even against some armored units. The performance is very good because the damage output is gigantic. We have 57 weapon strength, in also a little bit of armor piercing, but it's not that bad for the price. We have 13 and then a bonus versus infantry in addition. This is very good, and the performance is really superior of course against spearmen and all that stuff. These guys perform really good. As I said, probably the best infantry unit, or the best infantry unit of the Norsca infantry roster. Then I brought a little bit more heavy stuff. Marauder Champions with great weapons, 2 groups for at least more AP damage, and these guys have a amount of armor of 80, so they are not so easy to kill, and yeah, for this reason I brought these guys. Then I have a Shaman Sorcerer with Law of Death, Fate of Buna and Spirit Leech. I think it's quite important in this matchup because it's, as I said, not so easy to fight against the Empire. And then Frog. And on the right flank I brought something to fight all the cavalry of the Empire. We have a Skinwolf Verrokin over here, we have a group of armored Skinwolves over here, and then I brought these Beasts of Tashna. These guys are anti-large, so we have a bonus versus large of 14 over here. And in addition, with the armored skin wolves and stuff like that, these guys are really good. And also at least to kill some handgunners and stuff like that, because they are quite fast. You have at least a little bit of mobility, and for this reason I think this is quite decent, this pick over here. So let's come to my opponent, and you can see we have Pistoliers in the Vanguard deployment over here, 4 groups. And this is of course a big problem for me because I don't have too much mobility, and as I said, these guys are also not so healthy for large entities, so this is quite difficult here for me. And then in addition a group of Sindler's Reichsguard. On the right flank over here we have a group of Royal Out of Griffites, we have Spearmen with shields, we have Halberdiers. Of course, for all the large entities of Norsca you have to expect something like this, and you have to create a little build with a lot of Spearmen and Halberdiers. I think this is okay, even if I haven't brought now a lot of large entities in my build. You have to bring Halberdiers and Spearmen. And then last but not least, Great Swords. I'm not sure who's going to win, Great Swords or Marauder Champions with great weapons, not sure, but they should trade at least quite even. Maybe the Marauder Champions win, but not that clear. Okay, you can see, yeah, let's start over here. You can see of course I directly started to force off these guys over here and dispatched one group of Marauder Spearmen over here to force off everything. Also you can see with my Beast of Tashna I tried to surround these guys over here to get them. So it's a little bit chaotic in the beginning. On the right flank you can see I directly tried to attack these Royal Out of Griffites. Very good gameplay of my opponent. He noticed that of course and sent one group of spearmen with shields to interrupt this charge over here. So I thought, okay, what I'm going to do now is, I thought, okay, let's try it. Let's do a charge in on these guys. But this was a little overcommitment, I would say, because you can see he directly sent one group of his spearmen to support his Royal Art of Griffites, and a group of Skinwolf armored Skinwolves and Skinwolf Verikin together can kill a group of Royal Art of Griffites, but with the support of the spearmen this is quite difficult over here. And you can see now I get sandwiched over here, and this is a very, very bad thing for me. And then also notice that I have to do something now, but because I invested a lot of stuff over here, and you can see now I'm going all in over here with all my army. With Frog, I have to do so. I have to win this over here in the background, and you can see Markov's Mystifying Miasma going down on my Skin Wolves, Armored Skin Wolves, or this is Enfeebling Foe, sorry, but that will reduce the melee attack and melee defense. Very good of my opponent. And you can see now I have a little problem, and a wild fight going on over here now. Frog joining the fight now. Icehorn Marauders joining the fight over here. As I said, I have to win this fight over here. Now a Fate of Buna from my side going down of the Royal Lord of Griffites. But my Skin Wolves, my Armored Skin Wolves get terrified, routing off now. And completely chaotic fight breaking out over here, you can see. But as I said, my decision was I have to win this over here. If I lose this fight in the background, if I'm not going to kill a Royal Art of Griffites, I'm going to lose the game probably. The frontline fight runs also not so well for me, because all my infantry units are in the background over here, you can see. And Volkmar the Grim on his mighty chariot over here is driving through my infantry units. And on his chariot this makes so much damage, and I had nothing to interrupt him, so this was quite good over here. On the left flank, he managed it really well to force off these Beasts of Tashna. He with his Pistoliers, he sent them on me in mini combat against the Beast of Tashnas, and against 4 groups of Pistoliers. Even these guys will rout off, and he also managed it really well to kill 1 group of Marauder Berserkers with his Reichsguard. So very good gameplay of my opponent. He had the complete control in the middle, so very good over here with his with Volkmar the Grim. Even if I have a lot of infantry units over here in the middle, but he can drive in, drive out. This was very good. So of course I decided I have now to face or to kill Volkmar the Grim with Frog, and Frog is really dangerous for Volkmar because he's anti-large, and now 1 or 2 hits with his hammer. You can see, get a lot of damage from that. Meanwhile, in the background, you can see the spearmen with shields still fighting, still online, very good, and fighting against my Skinwolf Verikin. My Skinwolf Verikin is fighting the Royal Art of Griffites, and the Icehorn Marauders are fighting the spearmen. So still a wild fight over here, but more and more it gets in my control, and I was really able to kill a lot of models over here. You can see a Skinwolf Verikin is very dangerous for the Royal Art of Griffites, even if this is a very superior and very elite unit. Skinwolves are really a counter against all these Empire cavalry, even the Demigryph Knights. But of course I have still a little problem. You can see all these handgunners here, or the Pistoliers, now shooting on my units, and this is of course a big problem. And they are full of ammunition, you can see that. I mean, give me a complete break. They're shooting on Frog, and Frog gets more damage over here. He has a very healthy group of Marauder Berserkers. Spirit Leech going down on Volkmar the Grim, but even though he has still a lot of health left, and he has a lot of mobility on this mighty Pimp Chariot over here. You can see Banishment going down over here, probably. Yeah, this is a Banishment. This is a very good one. I mean, look at this damage, man. Give me a break. This is incredible. Look at that. Units melting away. Give me a break. Now I overcommitted a little bit with Frog. You can see one hit after another. You can see But you can, it works well. Volkmar the Grim had some problems to get away, and he's one. But also you can see that all these pistoliers shooting on Frog, but he gets, Volkmar the Grim gets more damage. You can see just 500 health left, but he managed it at least to get away over here. So I was not able to kill him. Very bad for me. Malcolm's Mystifying Miasma on Frog, and still the pistolier shootings was a big problem over here. At least I was able to force off these Warlord Griffites. We have just 3 models left. Also these spearmen shattered, and these spearmen with shields, but still he has a lot of stuff. He has these pistoliers over here. He has still his Grey Wizard, and also I think the Reichsguard is still online, roaming around. And on the right flank there was still a little fight going on. My Shaman Sorcerer is there. We have the Sinless Reichsguard over here, and we have the Marauders, champions with great weapons, fighting these halberdiers. So still a quite even fight on this side over here. Frog gets more damage, so I had to protect him. I took all my units to force off these pistols. You can see that. I have to protect Frog from dying, and also I have this very healthy Skinwolf Verikin. And I still have one group of armored Skinwolves. I'm not sure where they are here. And yeah, so I tried now with my Skinwolves and the Skinwolf Verikin to interrupt these guys. Of course, he has so much mobility that it's really difficult to protect Frog here from these pistoliers. Here we have a pistolier group which was running out of ammunition. Though of course he cycle charged with them. But I have still my Skinwolves, my armored Skinwolves over here. And of course you can see I sent Frog back to protect to protect Frog. I sent him back, and with my army I tried to force off these pistoliers. But he's still with these 2 or 3 groups. He has still a good amount of ammunition. I mean, look at that. So it's really dangerous, still really dangerous. Volkmar the Grim, I managed really well to sneak around the hill and to attack Volkmar with my Skinwolf Verikin, and you can see now he's joining the fight with the Sinless Reichsguard, and this was very important to protect Volkmar, because 2 or 3 hits more and he would die. So the Sinless Reichsguard is now attacking, of course, my Skinwolf Verikin. And see, a very good decision, even if the Skinwolf Verikin is still very dangerous to these guys over here. Here we have Volkmar attacking my Shaman Sorcerer with Law of Death. He gets now terrified and is routing off. Volkmar the Grim he regenerates himself, so he has a little bit more hit points now, but still he's quite low on health. So the Pistoliers of course still tried to attack my forces over here, by recollect all my infantry units and lined them, put them in a line over here, you can see. And Frog is hidden in the forest over here. And so this was the final showdown now in a few seconds. So he tried to, of course, to kill one infantry group one after another, but he wasn't really able to sneak around over here to kill Frog or to get Frog. So he shoots on my Marauder Spearmen, on my infantry units, to kill at least some of these guys, but still. And now we have a charge in over here, so some rear charges, directly pull them out, but still quite steady. The performance of the Icehorn Marauders was really superior in this match. So it was, I didn't plan it to bring these guys, but I had some money left, and I thought, okay, For 650 credits you can bring these guys, but the performance is really superior. They have made 66 kills and they are still quite healthy, so the performance is quite decent. So we have here one group of Pistoliers, but also here it's really able with this group of Marauders to force them off. Now my Shaman Sorcerer came back from routing, you can see this, and I directly gave the command to Spirit Leech Fogmother Grimm, but he's too far away. But we have now a final showdown here with all his forces and all my forces with Fogmother Grimm. And now we have a charge in. Now Frog is joining the fight, and I thought, okay, yet now I have to kill him finally. And in the back line it was really, I managed it really well with one group of Marauder Spearmen to interrupt these Pistoliers over here, so this was very good. Now finally I made it. Fogma is dead, but still you can see the Pistoliers starting to shoot on Frog, and Frog is shaken. The Reichsguard is still in the fight over here. We have one quite healthy group of Halberdiers. More and more shoots from the Pistoliers going down on Frog. Gets more and more damage, but still has some hit points left. I Spirit Leech these Pistoliers, or these I'm not sure, or the Reichsguard with my last Spirit Leech over here. And we have still some Pistoliers with ammunition left, but even though the Spearmen are quite healthy, and yeah, wild fight going on, but last but not least I was able to, with my last forces, to win this game. But it was incredibly close. He has still his Grey Wizard, you can see this. I mean, very very close match again, and all these Pistoliers had a lot of problems, but you can't do anything about this. You can bring more Warhounds, of course, but even though he has a lot of cavalry, we have Reichsguard, we have the Ardorf Griffites, so these guys will protect these guys, and this is of course quite difficult. The problem was probably he spent so much money in cavalry units that he hasn't got any or too much infantry units, and maybe this, I have brought so much infantry to the battlefield, and this build is in my opinion created against the fight against large entities, and if you bring a very heavy infantry build, he's screwed, because has not so much infantry units, just spearmen and 2 halberdiers, and this is not so much, so he get outnumbered. But even against large entities this might work quite well, and the performance of Fogmother Grimm was superior. And also, as I said, these Iceholm Marauders are quite cheap for 650 credits. Also the performance was really good against the Empire. Also the Beasts of Tashna overall wasn't that bad, but yeah, and of course superior performance of the Marauder Berserkers. Always bring Marauder Berserkers against the Empire. But anyway, thank you for that match. Yeah. Sorry if I mispronounced this, but thank you for that match. It was very very close. It could go either way, so very very good. But yeah, thank you for tuning in to this battlecast, and see you next time. Have a nice evening.